When is it a good time to buy a home? You've got your down payment ready, your credit score is good, you just got approved for a loan, and your real estate agent is ready to execute the game plan for you. But then you wait and think, is it a good time to buy? It's an important question to ask yourself, and your ability to purchase a home that you love at the price that you love is not just based on your financial circumstances, but it's also what's going on in the real estate market that you live in. And in the Bay Area, the real estate market is on fire. Prices keep going up, competition is fierce. My goodness, it's crazy. Based on the season or month that you're buying a home can have a big impact on the home buying process, including how much money you'll come up at closing and how many options you have on the market to choose from. Some of these factors will be influenced on a smaller scale depending on what your real estate market is doing. In this case, a real estate agent will be an expert to turn to. But on a larger scale, what can buyers expect while shopping in different times of the year? In general, the best time to buy a house often ends up being late summer or early fall. Around this time, there tends to be less competition than at the peak of spring and summer, but still fair amount of houses on the market. In the winter months, there are fewer homes on the market, but buyers will have more negotiating power because there are fewer buyers shopping during this time. The real estate market experiences seasonality, which means that we can expect certain times of the year to go up and down year after year. As we mentioned before, the summertime tends to be at its peak in the home buying market when the wintertime tends to be slower. If you think about it, this makes a lot of sense. Let me explain. In the summer, kids are not in school, so moving won't disrupt their learning as much as if they were moving in the middle of the school year. And you also have to think, the weather time in the summer tends to be nicer, and wouldn't you rather shop for the house of your dreams in the beautiful sunny time of the summer rather in the winter time when it's really cold and rainy? However, there can be good strategic reasons why you should shop in the winter time as well. If you're looking for more negotiating power, shop in the winter months. While there are fewer homes on the market during the winter time, the homes that are on the market have the potential for cost-saving opportunities for savvy home buyers. There are two reasons why buying in the wintertime could be your ticket to buying the home that you really love at the best possible price. Number one, because there are fewer home buyers on the market looking to buy their home during the winter time, that means there's gonna be less competition, which means you're gonna have less buyers driving up the price due to bidding wars. Number two, sellers know that there are gonna be fewer buyers on the market during the winter time, so they might be willing to sweeten up the deal for you, such as accepting an offer lower than asking price or having all your closing costs taken care of by the seller. Also, sellers that list their homes during the winter time are most likely going to be highly motivated to sell their home. Since there are more benefits to selling their home in the summer, sellers will avoid listing their home during the winter time unless they have to. If you're negotiating with someone that wants to sell their home quickly due to the fact of a job relocation, for example, you might have the upper hand to negotiate for what you want. So back to the main question. Is it a good time to buy a home? A big piece of the puzzle involves mortgage rates and what they will do during the time that you want to buy. Though this is hard to predict what mortgage rates are going to end up being when you're buying a home, but there are a few different clues that can forecast what's likely to happen. While Fed rates decisions don't directly affect mortgage rates, but they can create an economic economic trend that allows mortgage rates to trend in a way that goes up or down. Recently, mortgage rates have remained fairly low, and one of my clients locked in a rate at 2.75%. That is an all-time low in my record book. Why does mortgage rates matter, and what does it mean for you? Well, I'm gonna give you two examples. Example one of my clients bought a home 6 months ago for $500,000 and used an FHA loan at 3.5% down. His credit score was at a 660 credit score, and his interest rate was at a 4.75%. Their monthly mortgage payment, including taxes, insurance, and PMI, would be $3,569. Example 2, my client that bought their home 3 weeks ago bought a $500,000 home, used a FHA loan, which is a 3.5% down, and had a 660 credit score, very identical from the first client that I gave you as an example, and his interest rate was at a 2.75%. Their monthly mortgage payment, including taxes, insurance, and PMI, would be $3,013. Now, just because my second client bought in a better time where there was better interest rates than my first client, they saved $556. After 1 year, my clients are gonna refinance and drop their monthly mortgage payment even more. For 30 years, it's gonna be a fixed mortgage, which means it will never go up. Another thing to keep an eye on is the trade war and the state of our economy. If trade negotiations go south, it could actually end up lowering interest rates. Unfortunately, this would be due to the fact of a weakened economy, and which would affect your home purchasing power or your financial security. While it's important to consider the economic factors of the cost of buying a home, you also have to take into account your own financial situation. To answer the main question, the right time to buy a home is when you know that your finances can handle the responsibility of owning a home. Also, when you feel like you're personally ready to buy a home. And lastly, you have to be okay with the current market conditions when you buy your first home.